How did you come to adopt a fruitarian lifestyle, and what were the pivotal moments that solidified it for you?
Okay. First, I became vegan in 1999 because I enjoy the idea that we don't need to murder animals for food and create suffering for our own well-being. Uh, and later, as the years passed being vegan, around 2010, I was more hearing about raw veganism and that yeah, we don't need to burn our plants and our food to sustain us and damage it. And so I became a raw vegan after a couple of years. And while being raw vegan and enjoying the raw effect in my life and my health and well-being, I heard the concept of fruitarianism, and that being the most ethical diet, that it doesn't violate any life and kill it and steal it, as fruit is the only structure on earth, as far as I know, that nature creates it and evolves it to become food. So around 2014, I became fruitarian, eating only fleshy fruits, and that felt the best for me, as morals, ethics, as connection with nature, and also my health levels. And by health I mean not just physical, but also the mental aspect and the emotional aspect, and in certain ways the social aspect too. And just I became more authentic self and met most of my needs as a human being. So since then I follow a raw fruitarian diet.
What were the pivotal moments that solidified it for you?
Pivotal moments was the first time I came across to the idea of fruitarianism and the ethics, especially the ethics about it, and being the most ethical food. So that was a big pivotal moment. Another pivotal moment is when I was foraging fruits and connecting with the trees, nature, taking care of them, and them giving me back my daily food for energy and fuel that keeps me functional and mentally clear and emotionally balanced, and experience life to the fullest. And that was a pivotal moment, foraging fresh fruits. And of course, all my health improvements and well-being I experienced, the peace of mind nowadays. Another pivotal movement is how it shaped me as a person, and how different person I became on many levels as I continued long term as a fruitarian. I developed the maturity I obtained and consciousness over time. And then coming here in the Amazon rainforest and jungle and being immersed with nature and the natural elements and energies of the clean air, the sun, the water, the air, the earth, the energies of the forest, the insects, the birds, the living plants and trees. All these energies that I consider them part of a fruitarian lifestyle are supplementing me alongside with the fruits, homegrown, pesticide-free, fresh, nutrient-dense fruits. That was, the biggest change that happened to me when I fed from truly alive, raw food that is fresh fruits.
In your experience, what has been the most profound change, either physically or mentally, that you have noticed since you transitioned to a fruitarian diet?
Living on the fruitarian diet long term, I experienced the most mental clarity, a lot less thoughts in my mind, emotional balance. I experienced easy digestion, lighter sleep and deeper sleep that refreshes me and energizes me. I experienced way more connection with nature. I started gradually to feel more and more drawn to a natural environment and connecting and sensing more the animals, the humans, the plants, the insects around me. My senses cleared. I became more of a sensory being. It helps increase my empathy towards other humans, understand them more, connect with them more, love them more. And for most of all, I got to find my own self, who I am, why I'm here, and also enjoy life to the fullest, to the present reality, my lifetime. Every day, the present moment, each day, that is so unique and beautiful. And certainly this diet helped me to appreciate each and every second that I'm breathing and my heart is beating and I'm able to be alive, existing in this lifetime, on the physical world, in this reality. How beautiful Earth is, how beautiful the ecosystem is, and how much I love to preserve life, become a pro-life person, serve it, the gift of life.
What were the most challenging aspects of living a fruitarian lifestyle, and how have you navigated those challenges?
Yes, challenges from fruitarian diet and lifestyle. First major challenge was the social aspect. From my understanding, a lot of activities and human interactions in the society we live in are revolved around eating food, sharing food, preparing and enjoying food. And socially, eating very differently to the other humans around me that I interacted with was triggering for everyone, and not everyone was feeling comfortable with having a fruitarian in the table. So that was the most challenging thing for me, explaining people why I choose to eat the way I choose, and receiving back the feedback I received, which I understand was well meant the vast majority of the times, but also a lot of times didn't meet my needs for support and connection and to be included and respect. So that was challenging thing for me. Also, a lot of the times, from my understanding, I wasn't be able to be clear enough with the reasons I'm choosing what I'm choosing, and a lot of times other people might interpret things differently of what I was trying to express. And again, that was a challenging moment. This, from what I perceive to be failure of communication between us and among us. So socially, that was a challenge that I now have overcome by having social circle among other raw vegans and fruit-based raw vegans and fruitarians who eat very similarly and understand the reasons behind it, and my need for support and connection and warmth and friendship and community are more met. But of course that was challenging because it meant that past connections, past friendships, past human interactions are no longer part of my life. Though on the other hand, I understand that's beautiful in some ways, because people can meet their own needs and with less triggers and more joy and freedom. Another challenge I had as a fruitarian was adapting to what this diet, the effect that this diet has on someone's consciousness, daily choices, lifestyle. And it was challenging because a lot of the mindsets and perspectives I had and habits I had in my life, in my understanding, were not matching the fruitarian diet and lifestyle, and even going opposing to that. And I understood that a fruitarian diet has a certain effect and will long term lead to a certain functionality of a person, mentally, emotionally, physically. And the biggest challenge on that was me to accepting the new self, my strengths that this diet gave me, also certain natural limitations that are expected and logical to me that I have experienced. So it was a matter of acceptance and surrendering to the effects of fruits and the fruitarian diet, and reshape my whole life being part of that and being part of the nature, and be able to humble myself and serve life, serve living beings around me in a mutual ways, the plants, the trees, and them in return I trusted and I trust and I experience that in return for all the care and all the love I provide to them, they enjoy giving me their fruits to keep me healthy, mentally, emotionally, and physically strong to the level to carry on enjoying this symbiotic relationship with the nature and the ecosystem. And finally in my life, that allowed me to meet the deeper needs as a human, like purpose and meaning in life, and find my authentic self. Those were the main challenges that I've experienced.
How does eating freshly picked fruit straight from your garden feel compared to consuming fruit from the store? Are there any noticeable differences in taste, texture, or energy levels?
Nowadays, after quite a number of years on the fruitarian diet, a lot of times fruits that I find in the stores, I no longer consider them as food. And the reason of that is I understand them to have been grown with a number of chemicals, either in the form of herbicides, fungicides, insecticides, what we call as pesticides, that are absorbed to the fruits. Another reason is that a lot of the fruits, bought fruits, are picked unripe before the plant and the tree has made them ready for consumption, to be food. They haven't received the full spectrum of nutrients, the full color of taste. They haven't received the peak energy of the sun that they can receive, the energy crystals. And unfortunately, they still contain natural toxins that can create various symptoms alongside the chemicals in them. And also the third factor is that a lot of store fruits, it's been days since picked and harvested from the plant and disconnected from the energy of the plant. So they no longer contain the living enzymes that a live fresh fruit has. Their vitamins have decreased and nutrients. And the most problem, the multiplication and the proliferation of the decomposers, like mold and other type of decomposers that are already, it's their time to eat, decompose the fruit, taking the energy of it and recycling it. So the energy source these fruits will give me, I understand to be processed by the decomposers, broke down by the decomposers, and is a second used form of processed energy that it doesn't give me the energy that I desire and help me function to the optimum, let alone the different symptoms that might experience. So nowadays I value a lot the fresh fruits picked straight from the tree, ripe to the fullest spectrum possible, sterile with the least amount of decomposers, with the most alive and structured enzymes, full of vitamins, nutrients, energy, unprocessed energy crystals from the sun. So my own microbiome receives the energy directly and is the first one. My own fungi and bacteria inside my body are the first ones who receive this energy from the sun in crystals, and the most structured living water and nutrients. So, and the experience of a fresh fruit compared to anything else, nowadays I understand it to be massive regarding health and vitality and my functionality, mentally, emotionally, physically, socially. Fresh fruits, safe fruits, ripe fruits give me strength and energy unparalleled to anything I have put it in my mouth all my life. And that's, for the first time in my life, I was able to answer as a human what food means and what is food and what is meant to go inside our mouth and fuel us and feed us and keep us healthy and functional and what I consider to be thriving. So I'm so thankful for the gift of life that I received, and also the existence of the fresh fruits that are given to me by the plants to sustain my life daily.
Nikolaus, do you include fatty fruits like avocado in your fruitarian diets? And if so, what are your thoughts on this?
Yes, my focus on the fruitarian diet being the ethics, and I focus eating the fleshy fruits, edible fleshy fruits that have a flesh around the living embryo, the seed, that I try to preserve. So fatty fruits like avocado have this flesh. So I consider them to be like the other fruits as long as they're edible. And from my understanding, both the sweet taste and the fatty taste and texture are the two main tastes we as humans develop from when we are born. The breast milk, our mother's milk, makes sure to contain both fat and carbohydrates. Make sure that we receive the taste both of fat and sugar. And of course our cells pathways have the ability to burn as fuel both fat and sugar, different pathways. And our body prefers to store fat as energy source rather than sugar as reserves. So having said all that, I enjoy eating both fatty fruits and carby fruits, and my main focus is the freshness and the quality and the ripeness and the sterility of, without decomposers, of both of them. As long as the energy I receive from both of them is pure, unprocessed, with living enzymes, ripe, then my body, I feel it digests them both very well, feels happy and nice, my emotions, and I experience differences like carbohydrates give me more instant fuel to my muscles and a peak of energy, while the the fatty fruits give me more satiety and fulfillment on the food meal. They keep me fulfilled for longer period of time and hours, slows down the absorption of the fuel and the nutrients, and gives me more energy in certain ways and hormonal boost on my muscular system and also my mental function. I've experienced, including fatty fruits, becomes more strong, the memory becomes stronger, and the emotions more stable, and so the quality is what matters to me nowadays, the freshness, the ripeness, not whether it's a fatty or carby fruits, because I had experienced both of them not bring the proper freshness, quality, and both of them contribute to symptoms and issues in my body, different symptoms and issues. So I love both of them. Here in the Amazon rainforest, it provides us a variety of fatty fruits, not just avocado. Just avocado is just one of them. There are at least 7 fruits here that I consume regularly, and I make sure to eat some fatty fruit if possible daily or frequently. And the Amazon rainforest here provides me such variety of fatty fruits that I can harvest and pick freshly fallen, with water in them, juiciness in them, easy to digest, easy to fuel me up and give me the necessary strength to enjoy life to the capacity I'm enjoying it. And I'm grateful to the existence of both fatty fruits and carby fruits in my life in 2025.
How do you think the fruitarian lifestyle and diet could be more inspirational to others?
Yes, as far as inspiration, from my understanding, people meet that need when they experience individuals that they perceive to be healthy, mentally, emotionally, physically, and socially. So, and also what they say and also practice daily in their life have a certain level of authenticity, integrity, and honesty. So, for me, these are key elements. If other people become inspired, it will be because they will sense and think that what other people are experiencing, the fruitarians, will meet more their needs and is more valuable way of eating and living. And for that, to me, is important fruitarians to experience eating fruits, how trees and plants makes them to be eaten, like fresh, ripe, grown in nutrient-dense soils, without chemicals like pesticides in them, in a natural environment like a fruit farm, a fruit forest, in the tropical zone. Eating fruits, quality fruits, fruits like nature intended us to eat, as fruitarians and humans and frugivores, will have the effect on fruitarians mentally, emotionally, physically, and socially, that with time they are able to transform their consciousness, grow themselves, and become something others will value in their existence. And that, I think, will be possibly the biggest chance for inspiring others to follow this diet and lifestyle. And for that to happen, I think it's important fruitarians to move to the tropics, create sustainable communities and eco-villages, cooperating, meeting each other's needs, and farming their own fruits in fruit farms and fruit forests, having their own homesteads as form of eco-villages and neighborhoods with close connections, community, warmth, helping each other, and cultivating the best quality of fruits that keep them healthy, alive, and mentally, emotionally, physically strong. And that is a dream I have, a vision, and that's then, I think, will be inspirational, not just as far as diet, but as far as lifestyle. And also society, so social reform. And for that, the key element, in my opinion, one of the key elements, is eating fresh, ripe daily harvested fruits. And they affect those